I want to share the story of my dad about how he became a merchant. He was 7 years old when he started selling eggs. At age of 14, he was selling fruits and juices, especially the watermelon that he loved. But at age 17, he discovered his passion for Mexican crafts. During all his life, he was able to sell different Mexican crafts made of wood, textiles, glass, chandeliers, etc. And even for a little while, he was able to have a blown glass fabric. But what I want to share the most is the legacy of my dad. He was able to teach us the beauty of the Mexican crafts. We were able to discover that these pieces are more than crafts. These are authentic pieces of art, full of heart, full of tradition, full of culture, full of identity, full of Mexican love for you. You see this picture and these beautiful glasses? Well, they are not just a decoration or something that you can use in your kitchen. This is blown glass art. And this is done with an ancient technique. We don't know exactly when the blown glass technique came into, but it seems like it's around 2,000 years ago. Somewhere close to Egypt, but this technique has traveled all over around the world, and the time in which arrived to Mexico was around the 14,000, the colonial era, especially in Jalisco, Mexico, which they adopted this technique and modified it, adding beautiful and vibrant colors like red, green, blue, yellow. But the beauty about this art is that this is a transformed, recycled technique. In ancient era, they were using salic sand, but in Mexico, the primary material is recycled glass. So at the end, you are taking home a transformed glass that ends as a piece of art. This beautiful piece of art is made at a workshop in which a number of artisans are able to make a piece of the process for the final product. And I want to mention the first artisan, which is called the fire tamer. And this is very important because they melt the primary material for this, which is the recycled glass. And he's the one that is melting this recycled glass into a pure lava. The second artisan in the process is the blower, and he's the one that blows his breath to a iron tube with a hole in the middle. So he's blowing and is creating a bubble, and the size of the bubble will depend of what they're doing, what they want, or what they design. Now the third artisan is called the wind turner, and is the one that is turning this metallic piece and turning the piece to the way and the shape that finally, is desired. And the last one is the terminator, or the painter, who is the one that looks for all the details, or is the one that is adding the last details on each piece. So, and I want to explain this because sometimes they are expecting for the blown glass piece of art to be exactly the same, and that's not possible. They are built up with the breath, the hands, and the heart of different artisans of Mexico. This beautiful piece of art is made in an oven. Yes, but it's not a conventional oven. It's not a pizza oven or a bread oven. This is a very specific oven made of refractory bricks, able to tolerate very high temperatures. And I'm not talking about the high temperature in San Antonio. I'm talking about high temperature around 2000 degrees Fahrenheit. That is the temperature that is required to transform the recycled glass to the lava. And you need to transform that into a lava because as a lava, you will be able to transform and adapt and change the piece into these beautiful pieces. There is some workshops which they only have one oven, but there is bigger workshops in which they have different ovens with different temperatures, for different colors, for different products. So that's why I want to share with you that this piece of art, it's a true transformation. And La Kasita Dtoty would like you to offer you this piece of art to transform the heart of every people that has the happiness and joy to use this piece of art. When you admire a piece of art like this one or any other piece of art, you are contemplating centuries of tradition, of history, of identity and values. When you acquire a piece like this one, you are not only getting these beautiful pieces to your house, to your friends, you are investing in a beautiful culture. You are helping the wise hand of artisans that are keeping the tradition and the roots of our history. That's why La Kasita Dtoty invites you to stop by and acquire one of these pieces of art. And remember that every gift a La Kasita Dtoty has a story to tell.